Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We're back with Eldrazi Tron on the play for game one. Now, normally on the right-hand side, I'd have my deck list, but I don't know what's up, but it ain't working. So it is what it is, I suppose. I'll try and figure that out before, because I use MTG Goldfish and, oh, okay, that worked. I keep on clicking buttons and eventually it'll work. I guess I need to refresh the link. Yeah, I guess that's all I need to do. Oh, it's done now. We're looking for a Cecil. Okay. We're looking for a Soul Land off top. No Soul Land. We can get rid of Cecil. Any reason to not do it right now? Cecil, I feel like, sees play in Zoo. So I kind of want to play around a Stubborn Denial. We'll just exile. Actually, no, I guess that's right. Not just Zoo, but also Death Shadow. Right. Right. I'll have another land off top. Gonti's Machinations. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Is this mono? Interesting. I do not know. Mono black burn? Maybe. Draw. Half tempted to just crack the map for a land here. I will go with a mine, play a map, and pass. Vampire's Kiss. Yeah, looks like mono black burn. Fascinating. Draw, K command, crack for power plant. Play power plant. I mean, we can just K command play Ulamog next turn. Yeah, we have a ton of houses available to us, so I'll just hold the K command. If we play the Ulamog, I think we just win. Let's stay there. Fetch. Whenever you lose life for the first time. Okay. Forgot about how Gonti's Machinations worked. 3. Oh. Necrodominance. Huh. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know what this looks like. I was expecting like mono black burn, but this looks more like Necrodom. Can I lose here? I shouldn't be able to lose here on end step. Even if all 4 spikes. Oh, actually, if all 4 spikes, I can lose. Because of Gonti. Yeah. So if they hit all 4 spikes, I lose. You just go all in? Yeah, they're just going all in. Let's see all 4. 1. 2. 3. 'Alright, I will cast K command. X equals 3. Another tower and Devourer. Let's see, we want to get rid of Necrodom. We want to gain some life. We want to get rid of lands. There's a lot I want to do here. I have access to 1, 2, 3, 10, 13, 15, 15. Yeah, we can make this work. Let's say bottom on the Devourer, top on the Tower, draw. Opponent's gonna pitch. Imagine they run Bump in the Night. So pitch Bump in the Night, trying for the flashback maybe. I mean, I guess I could, let's see. Draw. Power plant, tower. So 3, 10, 13, 15. 15 minus 7, or I guess 15 minus 7 is 8. 8 plus 3 would be 11. So I could Ugin, exile Necrodom, and then Ulamog. I'm not sure about that one, because I really would like to plus to get out of range of Necrodom. So let's start with Ugin. I guess, yeah, this is awkward on so many levels. All right, so let's start with Ugin. Ugin exiles Necrodom. That will yield. I'm gonna plus Ugin, draw a card. Gonna play Karn the Great Creator, Ugin. I'm gonna minus Karn. And I am thinking we grab a... We could go Disruptor Flute. Actually, Vexing Bauble works here, doesn't it? Vexing Bauble does work. I'm also a bit worried about like Bump the Night, just trying to go off that way. So maybe we just go Chalice on one, and then hold up K command for another Necro. Yeah, because I want to confirm something real quick. How much mana is Bump the Night? I think it's 1. Pretty sure it's 1. Same with, no, Vampire's Kiss is 2. So in that case, let's go Chalice. Done. For 1. Oh, I was really confused there. I was like, what just that triggered and why? Alright, so we have K command as a way to exile Necro. We did X equals 1 to play around burn, and we got there. Okay. So this is Necrodominance. I think you could also argue that this is Rakdos Burn. It just happens to run Necro. Dismember's out. Cecil's still interesting. I feel like All's Dust is pretty meh. Like, I feel like Vexing Bauble's decent here, but the question is, do I want that in the side? Like, we have Trinisphere and Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble and Trinisphere kind of cover similar ground. The Vexing Bauble's more easy to cast earlier, which I think is why I might consider it. You also have Haywire Might, and maybe just a Leveler. You could also Flute for Necro. Chalice isn't doing too much, I don't think. Could also go Stone Brain, but that can be kind of hard to... kind of hard on the draw, at least. Maybe something like this. Yeah, let's run Might, Bobble, Main. I mean, potential for a turn 2 Karn. We have another 9 hits. We draw into a green source. We have to Sage you up. Yeah, we'll keep this and pass. Opponent mulligans down to 5. So I feel like an early Karn would be solid. Fetch 19. Blood Crypt Shock for what? Gonti. Okay. Draw. That does complicate things. I mean, we have 4 hits off the top for Tron versus we have 9 hits for a lab. I think we stick with the lab plan and go for Karn on 2 if we can help it. Botsies. Yep, not much we can do about that. So imagine you take Karn. Really? That is interesting. Draw. All right, well, we had the 4 hits off top. We hit it. We'll play the mine. I'll pass. And we'll hold in case they have, I don't know what, break the ice. Thoughtseize hits Karn. Rude. Gonti trigger. We'll have a Sire 7 deaths on turn 4. There's TKS. TKS ETBs. Let's take a peek. Sorin, Necro, Untimely. I wonder. Necro out. Like, yeah, they might be able to play the Sorin sooner, but I'm more worried about the Necro going off than I am the Sorin. Found the land. Gonti trigger. There's Sorin. And draw. Return Sire to hand. Sire 7 deaths. And Bone Scoops up. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think they have a way out at that point. Alright, interesting round 1. We'll be back for match number 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. I will keep... If not interrupted, this is a turn 2 Karn. Though, if this is energy, that might not be enough. We do have a turn 1 Dismember. If it's Zoo, though, you want to play around Stubborn Denial. So, Ragavan, pass. Strand fetch for planes. Looks like it's energy after all. Bombardment's fine. Draw. K command. I'm tempted to grab or play Karn, but I think K command's probably correct. We can potentially play around in a Johnny. Ragavan dashed. To combat. Goodbye, Ragavan. No thank you, no monkey. And hold. Draw. Myco spawn. In that case, play Beseiju. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Myco Spawn, kick Hollowed Fountain. Not Hollowed Fountain, Jesus. Sacred Foundry. We could go Power Plant. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll go Power Plant. And pass. And so if we draw into a tower, we can play the Ugin. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we'd grab Tower or a 7-mana value spell. 7-mana value spell would get us there as well. Flage to Yard. That's a bit unfortunate, but they don't have enough mana for it. This might be okay. Sacred Foundry tapped and passing, so we can just go for a Tormod script if needed. In that case, Karn, minus Karn for Tormod script. Cast Tormod script. Play a lab. No imprint. Go to combat. Swing for 3. Go to their upkeep. Tormod script. Target you. By Flage. We have Dismember if needed. There's that Arena of Glory, yeah? Paying cost for... Hasting. What are you hasting? Could be Pyro? Voice of Victory? Voice of Victory is actually kind of annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like the spawn isn't surviving anyways, right? So we'll have to block. At... Oh, I guess trying to figure out attacking Karn, yeah. I mean, Karn is dead regardless. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will go to block. Karn takes 2. And then bombardment, sack target Karn. And target me. And draw. There's the tower. Return Ugin to hand. Am I more worried about Voice of Victory or Bombardment? Bombardment. Bombardment flipping in a Johnny would be a genuine problem. There's TKS, but we are short. I will Dismember Voice. Get that off board. They shouldn't be able to haste anything. Attack with Sowing Myco Spawn down to 9. And pass. And opponent skips it up. We'll take the win for game 1 against Energy. Alrighty. So Karn's feeling a little bit lackluster here. I'll bring in Engineered. Chalice really only good on the play. Could argue a Flute coming in. Let's do that and then run it back. on the draw for game 2. There's Flute, no 7-mana value spell. We have 10 hits. We have a Dismember and a K command. It's interactive, but a little bit lackluster. We could draw into some decent hits though. I'll keep it. Pass. Bloodstrand, Ragavan. Fetch, Sacred Foundry, Shock. What are you doing? Hi. Come here. What are you doing? You can't have my tea or my lemonade. Not allowed. He was being cute and laying down next to me as I was recording, so he's able to stay in the room for now. Another Dismember, not what I wanted to see. I'll play Power Plant and pass. Hold up Dismember. Main, casting Pride in response. Pass. Land and passing. Draw, 7-mana value spell, map. In that case, I'll play a forest. Play map. Hold. I don't think I'll dismember the Ocelot unless we absolutely need to. Like Parlor Surveil. Flaged Yard. Yeah, that's a bit ugly. So we're gonna have to K command probably the Flage. Because we do not want that entering the battlefield. Right, Butter? We do not want Flage on the board. Molten Rain, rude as hell. That does set us back quite a lot, actually. I'll just take it and pass again. Need a 7-mana value spell, so should have 10 hits off the top. Pride hits. Draw. They're one fetch off of Flage is my concern here. So I'm thinking about playing the lab. And then I think I'm just gonna hold the flute and the map. Main. Guide of Souls. Sir, your head is... Okay. He just stuck his head into a tissue box. It's empty. Doesn't have any of the plastic liner in it anymore, but now he's stuck. Sir, you put your head in it. Can you not figure out how to get your head out? He's struggling. For those who haven't seen him, he's orange, and he's definitely orange. Yes, Guide of Souls. That will resolve. Arena of Glory. Hasting what? Or not? Okay, sir. I'm gonna take that off your head now. Christ. Oh, this cat. Season Pyro. No haste though. Guide of Souls trigger. Ragavan to yard. Trigger. I'll put a pause on end step. We'll take the 2 down to 11. Nice. Triggers. And he's trying to put his head back in. I just got your head unstuck. Why do you want to restuck your head? Grab a temple. Guide of Souls is a problem, as is that Ocelot Pride. Maybe I should have dismembered it. Jeez. draw. There's a tower. A bit late for that, however. Yeah, I'm not seeing a good way out of this one, but I'll certainly try. Because we need Flage out of the yard. That's not an option. The question then becomes, do I ramp? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So no matter what, I have to reduce the amount of damage I'm taking. But I also want to try and ramp into an Allah's Dust. So we need to get rid of Flage. In that case, let's go Talisman. Dismember. Exile, exile. So exile Guide of Souls to reduce damage, exile Flage to avoid dying. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana for Allah's Dust next turn is the problem. What's my next best option? There's not much, honestly. Arid Mesa fetch. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 short. Is this a Charma? What is this? Okay, maybe not. Yeah, I think we lose this no matter what. The Molten Rain really set us back. And then on top of that, not seeing a single 7-mana value spell was rough. I knew the hand was a bit speculative, but unfortunately did not work out in our favor. And if they have a Voice of Victory, they win. Because that adds an additional 3. Right now they're at 8 damage. Means this Dismember is a bit of a dud. A Johnny. Okay. That adds 1 damage. So now they need 2 more damage. Pyro's 2, you got it. I will concede. Alright, lost for game 2, on to game 3. I'll bring in Chalice of the Void, cut a Karn, and run it back. Trying to think here. I do sometimes wonder about Dismember main rather than having it in the side. The question is what I'd even cut for cards in the side that have Dismember or to not play Dismember main. I guess I could play Chalice main. 2 Chalice could be a consideration. This hand is rough. We have 8 hits off the top for Tron land, sure. After that, we have another 8 hits for Soul Lands, which is interesting. I mean, that's 16 decent hits off top, but if we don't hit a land, we're in trouble. And we're on the play. If I had a Soul Land, I think I would consider it, just because I could at least then cycle the K command, but not having that makes me think I should mulligan. Okay, this is interesting. I will keep. I'll pitch a map? Or pitch the Talisman. I think we pitch a map, right? Because we go mine, map, temple, talisman. Talisman map. I guess we can pitch a mine then. Yes. So mine, map, pass. flats, fetch, Sacred Foundry, shock 17 for what? Ragavan. Draw, another Myco. Play Talisman, pass. Oh, I forgot to play a map, for God's sake. Ragavan hits. What did Ragavan hit? I just didn't pay attention. Dismember. You could dismember on Ragavan. Just saying. You could use that treasure. You'd only take 2 damage. It's a thought. Alright, that's a problem. Draw. Power plant. Now that is fascinating. I'll play the power plant. Play the map. And we'll pass. Alright. Ragavan hits. Down to 14. Ragavan hits a map. You could play a map, you know, if you're short on lands. You're not. Bombardment resolves. A Johnny flip? Yep, that's a Johnny. Can't do much about that. So a Johnny, cat, target, 13, a Johnny, flip, then another 2 down to 11. That is a problem. I would love to draw into Ugin or a All Is Dust here. Grab a tower. And draw. The Seiju. Seiju does not do it. In that case, kick up Myco. Myco spawn. Kick a Sacred Foundry. I guess we could actually go for the Beseiju on the Goblin Bombardment. That is a consideration, actually. Right now, yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Let's grab the forest. That way we can Beseiju. I'll pass. So Johnny will... What is this? Alright, in that case, Beseiju Bombardment. Pass in full at that point. We don't want them flipping the Johnny for free and getting 2 Johnny activations. Okay, bombardment down. We'll have 5. We'll have to hit the Myco spawn. We take 4 down to 6, but we desperately need something here. Yep. Can't really block the cat, otherwise we die. Do you have a bolt to finish me? It's also your red source. Or red permanent, rather. Okay. Alright, well, that is a bolt to finish it out. Unfortunate. And we would have drawn... I guess we wouldn't have necessarily drawn into the power plant, because I would have cracked the map on upkeep to go for a tower to try and thin. Was there anything that I could have done there? Probably not, short of just drawing into some action. Ugin, All Is Dust, etc., right? Yeah. Molten Rain, again, sent me back a little bit. We could have Myco spawned as a blocker a bit earlier. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. I mean, this is Cake Command X1 on 2, 7 hits off the top for Cake Command 2 on 2. We'll keep it. Either that or a TKS on 2 as well. Yeah, I mean, if we find a soul land, I'd probably want to go TKS on turn 2. That way we can Cake Command X3. Yeah, I mean, that should work. Of course, this hand gets exceptionally fragile to interaction. Would be my major concern. But it's very possible my opponent is away from the keyboard, so we'll be back once they have decided to keep or mulligan. Alright, and we're back. Let's see here. Opponent starts with opening 7. So yeah, 7 hits off the top for K Command, X2 or TKS on 2. We have 8 hits off the top for another Tron land, I suppose. Not too worried about that, though. Would definitely prefer a soul land. What are we thinking, opponent? Sitting on upkeep. Alright. I'm gonna hold priority in case we need to return Hugin's Lab. Thoughtseize on 1. No Thoughtseize. Might instead be holding up a Fatal Push. Interesting. Why would you shock pass? Yeah, Fatal Push is the only thing I can think of, but most Eldrazi decks don't really have anything pushable aside from, like, Basking Brood Scale or It That Heralds, I suppose. But if that were the case, I would have played It That Heralds. Interesting. Yeah, not entirely sure. One's also pausing on upkeep. There's Myco Spawn. I'll hold K Command. We'll likely play K Command X1 unless they have a 2-minute value spell that we want to exile. White-black would also suggest it could be... what? Oh, Reanimator? White-black, Overgrown Tomb. Huh. See, my first thought here is Reanimator, but now I'm not sure because of the colors. Fascinating. I mean, we'll hold up the K command. Tomb Shock, 16. Overlord the Baelmerk. Okay. Disciple Freyalise, Subtlety Force. Could this be Living End? I'm a bit confused what I'm playing against now. And there's Tower. Play... I think we just play the Tower, then pass holding up K command. And I think that's probably correct. Yeah, we'll hold the K command. Next turn we can play the Myco. Interesting. Yeah, the K command X equals 3. What am I playing against? Mistrise Village. Okay, so I think I am correct. So Charles Agent will cascade. There's Living End. In response, I will scry draw exile. So 1, 2, I'll just say 3. And done. There is the power plant. So I think we drop the mine. Top impulse so we can kick, and then power plant will draw. Living End will go off. Oh, you know why they have the white splash? For Sin, I imagine. Maybe? I don't know. Actually, yeah, now I don't know. I guess you could pitch some Street Wraiths if you wanted bodies on board. That's a consideration, I suppose. Alright. So I think we get rid of their white source. Actually, only have one green. They also only have one blue. Because white, blue, and green, blue. Talisman of Impulse. Kick Myco Spawn. So in that case, we should probably get rid of their Mistrise Village. Because that's their only blue source right now. I'll grab another tower. And then TKS. See what you have in hand. There's Subtlety, Pitching Force. Alright, not much we can do about that. I'm not exactly inclined to put that on top, to be completely honest. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll put that on... Well, see, I'm not able to cast both sires, so I guess I will put that on top. We'll pass. And pass. City Sewer, so they do have another blue source. Troll. Swamp. Living End to Yard. That's 2 living ends out now. Draw. In that case, I'll cast TKS. Always yield. There's the Ardent Plea. So Ardent Plea out. And play Sire 7 Deaths. Go to combat. Down to 13. And then step will return Sire 7 Deaths. Plays the Hedge Maze. Ardent Plea to Yard. Interesting. Why Ardent Plea to Yard? You'd think they would want a way to cascade, right? Return Sire to hand. And draw. There's Ugin. Go to combat. Blocks. Down to 3. Ugin. Ugin target. Always yield. And boat's gonna scoop it up. Alright. Living End. win for game 1. So they'll likely be bringing in Inevitable Betrayal. So Ulamog is out. I'll bring in Sundering Titan. I do remember the days of Tron when you would just cut basically all of your creatures, with the exception of like Sundering Titan and Walking Ballista, against Living End, and just go, cool, Inevitable Betray me. Please take my Sundering Titan. It was a rather funny point in time. So Vexing Bauble seems reasonable. TKS is actually, ironically, a little bit bad for us. So is Sire. Sire 7 Depth is actually a little bit meh. So we can bring in, we don't want Dismember. Bring in Bauble. We could bring in Trinisphere. Slows them down. Keep the Chalice as it's easily castable off of Karn. Do I want anything else out? Like, I don't like the Sires, I'll be completely honest. I really don't. Because they're hard to deal with unless I have another Sire on board, right? Guess we could bring in a Flute. It is a bit of a 50-50, though, is the problem. Because we name Inevitable Betrayal and then they're still going to be on Living End. I'm going to cry. Guess we could cut a Cyrus 7 this, but then I don't have a way to deal with it. Yeah, see, that's kind of the conundrum I have. I think maybe Trinisphere and Bauble are enough. Cutting the Ulamog seems right. I guess I could bring in the Leveler, but Leveler is also kind of difficult to deal with meaningfully. Alright, let's run it back like this. I guess I could cut maybe like both Sires, bring in Stonebrain. There's some thoughts there. 8 hits off the top for Tron lands. I'll keep. And pass. Hedge Mace, Surveil Trigger. Keeps it on top, and draw. Tron land I wanted to see. Pass. Do you force it? There's Force. Subtlety out. I'll pass. Ent. Temple Garden. Tapped. And draw. Power Plant. Talisman. Pass. No force. Alright. You have a Neville Betrayal. At least we have a Sire in hand. Clarion Conqueror. A bit annoying, but fine. Draw. K command. I mean, we can certainly scry draw. Maybe exile cards from Yard. A little bit annoying that they have the Talisman of Resilience, though. Or that the Talisman's Resilience is locked, rather. End step. I will... Scry draw exile? No, just hold. Myco. Cast Sowing Myco Spawn. Always yield. For a mine. So Tron's online. I'll pass him full. I guess I should hold in case of a Boseiju. Paying cost for Endurance. Sure. Endurance targets self or no targets? No targets, that's fine. So they're maybe just trying to rush to the bottom. Misty Rain. We have all the mana in the world next turn. Is it still on Living End? Getting the Myco Spawn into Yard's not a bad idea, actually. Block. You have to play around Force. Overload the Bailmerk. picks up Ent. I guess either that or Troll. So enter Troll. Picks up Troll. Cycle. Sewers. End step trigger. And draw. In that case, let's start with Tower. And Ugin, Eye of the Storms. Exile Clarion Conqueror. Always yield. Do you have a force? No force. Draw a card. Cyrus 7 deaths. ETB and pass. And pass. And Bone scoops it up. Alright, solid win against Living End. We'll take it. We'll be back for match number 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. And unfortunately here, we are playing against Amulet Titan. This hand might be too slow. I'll keep it regardless. Reveal the Devourer. Would love a soul land, specifically a Ugin's Lab off top. There's a Saga. Amulet. Yeesh. Rough start here. I did find the Lab, so I have a TKS to disrupt. Let's pitch the Allah's Dust. Play the Talisman and pass. So the idea here is going to be TKS to disrupt and then sowing Mycospawn to exile a land. But it might be too late with the Saga and Amulet. Explore. Forest. Draw. Power plant. Okay, that does get interesting. I'll play the mine. We play the mine or play the temple? Play the mine. TKS. ETB trigger. Let's take a look. What the hell? Double Titan and Pact with a Lotus Field? So they just win, right? There's no way out of this. Because with double Amulet, they're going to start with 3, jump up to 9, go Titan, go Amulet plus Mirror Pool, make another Titan, go Vesuva, or not, yeah, Lotus Field, Mirror Pool, then they can go, I don't know, Vesuva plus Echoing Depths, make another Lotus Field, make another one, make another copy, play another Titan as a bridge. Yeah, no, that's just the GGs. I concede. There's quite literally nothing I can do here. That's miserable. Alright, so Dismember out. How do you want to proceed here? Haywire Mite can help a bit. Carnid Liquid Metal Coating. So thinking Might. Pith Needle's not doing much. Stone Brain's a consideration. Could arguably go Chalice for 0, but that's good off of Karn. Yeah, I'll keep it like this. On the play for game 2. I mean, we're looking at another TKS for interruption. I'll tuck the Ulamog. And pass. And hold on off chance that's relevant. It shouldn't be, but off chance. Grazer for cave. Draw. There's a map. I'm going to start with the TKS. Let's take a look. Scape Shift Explore. We have to take the Scape Shift. There's no ifs ands or buts about that. We pass. And pass. Explore. Rot Farm. Razor. Painweir. One unknown in hand. Draw. Power plant. Well, that is interesting. Go to combat. And pass. We're gonna need a green source for the Myco spawn. Echoing Depths. Oh, no shot. Son of a frickin'. Bounce Land Beseiju. Bounce Land T-West. Pause on end step. Crack the map. So 2, 3, 4, 5. We could go Cyrus 7 deaths, but they could just bounce it with an Otawara and call it a day. How do we disrupt this? They have no red source for the Hainweir. Getting rid of the Urza Cave is a consideration, as is the Simic Growth Chamber. Actually, getting rid of the Growth Chamber might be the call. Alright, I will grab a Cavern of Souls instead of a Forest, because that way if they have a Besage, we can always grab the Forest. E-Temp, Cavern of Souls, name Eldrazi. Does mean we're taking a hit here from Titan. So Myco spawn, grab the Simic Growth. I don't foresee us being able to cast this Ulamog. I fear that we're probably going to get hit by Beseiju. I'll still grab a tower here and force them to do something about it. We'll pass and pass. Combat, attack with Titan. 3 in hand, one of which is a T-West. Saga Beseiju. Put on the battlefield tapped. They shouldn't be able to do much here, so yeah, double block seems fine. We'll draw a card. Simic Growth Chamber, pick up Beseiju. And then they'll go after the Ugin Lab, I imagine. Interesting. Yes. For the forest. Draw. E-Temp. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the off chance. Go to combat, swing for 3. So 7, 8. We do have enough for Ulamog next turn. Saga trigger. Spelunking, they now have an Amulet effect. That's scary. So we need to get rid of Spelunking. Lotus Field, oh god. Okay. So that's enough for T-West. Oh, I think I lose here. Shoot. Do I actually Pact. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Lotus Field. So that's 5. Okay. There's Mirror Pool 6. Pact. So now... Aftermath Analyst. Yep. So now you have double T-Weston Yard. Hold the phone. T-Weston Yard. Urza's Cave. So they should just be able to win here because they have 1, 3, so 4. Yeah, they should. I'm pretty sure they should be able to win because from here they should have enough mana for another T-West to Pact. Yeah. Actually, did they have a bounce land though? No, no, but they're going to Urza Cave for a bounce land, right? So yeah, because then they tap Urza Cave for a bounce land. They'll then pick up the T-West. Hell, I guess they could even just Urza Cave to Shifting Woodland. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they could. So they don't even need the Titan as a bridge. They should just have enough for Shifting Woodland here. Yep. Shit. So now they, for all intent and purposes, have infinite mana. With Mirror Pool, they can make infinite copies of Analyst. Mill out their entire deck. Bounce my entire board. Yeah, they just have infinite mana, so I'm just going to concede. I'll just concede. Alright. Well, that's not entirely surprising. It is Titan after all. Unfortunate. Well, we'll be back for match number 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. I will keep, I'll pass. We draw into a Tron land, we'll play the map. Otherwise, we'll go Ugin's Lab, Talisman of Impulse, and map into Tower. Watergrave Shock for a Thoughtseize? No. Could be a Spell Snare, which would be annoying. And Jimmy Spell Snare. No Spell Snare. Could be a Thought Scour then? Pass. Yep, Thought Scour. So likely going to be Ock. Okay, command X equals 2. Do you show me a frog? If so, I could TKS. Yeah, TKS seems decent here. Otherwise, we force check the K command. I guess we can clear the way for the K command, so TKS. Always yield. Let's take a look. What the? Oh, Fatal Push. I was like, what in the world am I looking at? So 2 Fatal Pushes, 1 Fatal Push out. They will be able to Fatal Push the Thought Not Seer with the Polluted Delta. That is mildly unfortunate. Delta Fetch. Watergrave Shock. Fatal Push. Draws a card, so 2 unknown. 3 unknown. Chance of this K command resolving feel pretty slim now. Okay, feeling more likely, but this is going to be a Murktide. It's not a huge one, mind you, but... Yep. Draw. Card. If we resolve Bridge, it could be pretty difficult for them. That's a thought. Alternatively, a K command X equals 3, exile the frog. So, frog down. Do you have a force? No force. I will pass. So next turn we can cast the Ugin. With Ugin we can exile Murktide. There's a Flooded Strand, 3 unknown in hand, fetch. Hallowed Fountain, shock to 11. Okay. They could have Pest Control main. That's annoying. So sack, crack. So question now becomes, what's the best thing for me to potentially draw into? 2, 3, 4, 5. E-Temp would allow me to play a Devourer or Cyrus 7 Death. So let's go E-Temp here. And then passing full. Attack for 6, down to 13. And draw. There's Power Plant. So in that case, I'll play the Power Plant and attempt to resolve KGC. KGC minus. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't really do anything with Leveler. I think the best bet is probably Bridge. I'll grab the Bridge and pass. And our hope is that we draw into our last, whatchamacallit, Tron land then. Surveil, 2 in hand. Attack me or Karn. Attack Karn. Okay. Draw. Another Karn. Play the E-Temp. Attempt to cast Bridge. Do you have a force? No force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can play Ugin next turn and exile the Murktide. I'm gonna pass, and then on end step return Ugin to hand. There's a frog. Push the end step. What is this? Another Murktide? Yes. Push the end step. Return Ugin to hand. And draw. Another Power Plant. Ugin, exile frog. No force. I'll draw. Tower. Still missing the mine. I'll pass. Harbinger is fine at this point. Draw. K command. I suppose I could play the K command to exile the Harbinger. I'm gonna plus with Ugin. E-Temp. Play the E-Temp. Karn, Ugin trigger, target Harbinger. And bonus result. Alright, so this is Murktide. Win for game 1. Let's move to game 2. Alright, so Dismember's good. Karn's kind of mid, though, admittedly. Ugin's also a little bit mid. Let's see here. Cityscape Leveler coming in makes sense. I think we cut an Ugin for that. We also could cut Karn for it. But as we saw, Karn into Bridge is pretty strong. There's also the thought of cutting Karn instead. Because Karn, like I said, does feel pretty weak here. Whereas Ugin and Leveler having cast triggers is pretty good. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's run it back. Opponent's going to bring in more Harbingers and Consign to Memory, maybe even a Break to Ice. Could be also Damp Sphere, that hasn't seen as often. 7 hits off the top for 7-mana value spells, or not 7-mana value spells, for soul lands. I'll keep. I'll pass. Flooded Strand, pass. TKS. Play a map, pass. Do you have a force? Or consign? Map resolves. This archive, surveil trigger, and pass. 7 hits off top for soul lands still. Would hate to see a frog right now. No frog, that's good. Could have a spell snare for this talisman. Might be better just to play the map or crack the map. Okay. Let's try it. Talisman. Spell snare. Fine, fine. Next turn we'll still have a K command X2. I'll pass in full. Leaving 3 up. And draw. There's a mine. In that case, we could play the TKS, but instead we'll use the K command as permission. Bot Scour. Yep. Counterspell Thoughtseize to Yard. We like to see that, but a little bit worried about a Merc. Down to 18. Yeah, Mercantile would be a little bit sketchy here, but if we can resolve this Ulamog, we're in a good spot. Fetch Marsh Flats for what? Swamp. That's a Harbinger then. No. What is this? Huh. That's interesting. The deck definitely seemed more like Merc, but looks like it's Ock. In that case, do we still fire off the K command? I think I still do. Put a pause on end step. I need some action then to deal with the Ock, because I think they're still holding up a consign is the problem. So I want to eat that consign right now. They should know if they let this go, then I will have 7 mana for all intent and purpose. Then cast something to exile the Ock. Interesting. They let it go. So tower top and draw. No reason to crack the map yet. Ock trigger. I mean, I'm going to force them to cast regardless. All is dust. Interesting. Play tower. TKS. Show me that consign in memory, otherwise I'll rip it from your hand. There's the consign. Yep. No reason to play the map right now. I will pass. What we'll do is we'll block the spawn and crack the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's also an argument to hold until end step, actually, because of a Harbinger. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because if not, we have 7 next turn for Dust. Fails to find. Huh. I'll take the 7 to 13. I think I need to play around a Harbinger. Is another Murktide? It is a Murktide. End step. Crack map. So now the question is, they have consign. So I will grab the power plant. They have lethal. Draw. A second power plant. So if they have consign, I lose no matter how you slice it, right? Alright. And triggers. You have consign? No consign. We'll pass in full. And now that Ulamog's on board, that will be pretty difficult for them to deal with. I just need 2 attacks to win. Unfortunately, alright, and both gives it up. They reveal 2 cards, Force and Hollowed Fountain. Oh, that was the Manifest Creatures. Gotcha, gotcha. Alright, solid win for game 2 and match 5. We'll be back for match 6. Alright, we're back for match 6 on the play for game 1. It's a little bit slow, but we can make it work. Let's take a look-see. Alright, so I can zoo. Less than ideal, I'll be honest. You have a turn 1 Ragavan, you do. No, white. Eh? I'll say red. Ragavan, yep. Pass. In that case, I'll K-Command the Rog. Forest. K-Command. Ramp and Exile. And done. Ragavan down. We'll hold. Actually, there's no reason to hold. We'll just pass the full. Thundering Falls Surveil. Do you have another Ragavan? You do not. We draw. Power Plant. Trying to think here. We can do a few things, honestly. Like, I could just play the Power Plant, pass, and hold K-Command X3. We could play Sowing Mycospawn to ramp. I could play Talismans up the wazoo. Let's just ramp with Talismans then. And pass. Next turn we can kick Myco. Or I can do a large K command. Lush Strand, Fetch, Surveil, Lush Port, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 mana, or 7 non-Eldrazi. So we have good options available to us next turn. Wooded Foothills. Pass. Question of the day, do you have Consign main? Kick Maiko. And let's kick the Lush Port. Paying cost for Triome, sure. We want Urza's Mine. So we can X equals 3 if needed, otherwise I'll do a large K command. Arid Mesa, 5 in hand. What you got? Kavu is fine. We could X2 here. The main issue of Kavu right now is the sheer fact that they can stubborn denial it. So I'm going to scry draw exile. So let's see if they have a stubborn denial. They do. Okay. And pass. Let's draw into some action, shall we? Draw. So in Mega Spawn, not what I was looking for, but I'll take. No reason to play the Cavernous Souls. I'll get rid of a fetch. Yeah, let's get rid of a fetch. We'll get rid of a Wooded Foothills. And I'll just pick up a tower at this point. And pass in full. Like I said, I could benefit from drawing into some action. At least now I can double block the Kavu if nothing else. Draws a card for unknown. Attacks, pitches a card, I imagine. Discards Arid Mesa. Block and block. If they want to use removal to save the Kavu, be my guest. Alright, that's fine by me. Steam Vents tap, 3 in hand. And draw. TKS. Play the Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. TKS. Always yield. Nothing but lands, okay. In that case, go to combat, swing for 3. Pass. Play a plains. Draw. Keep that in hand, no reason to play it. Swing for 7. Pass. Plays Wooded Foothills, 2 unknown, and puts himself. Alright, solid win here. Let's move to game 2. And let's take a look-see. So Sundering Titan's solid. Leveler's solid. Might's decent. Karn can feel pretty meh in this matchup, to be completely honest. We could trim 3 Karn. Do I want to go that deep? All's Dust is good, Sire's good, Ugin's okay. See, on one hand, Karn can be an absolute house. On the other hand, Karn can just be pretty rough. Yeah, I think bringing in more interaction here is good. So let's run it back like this. I mean, we have some decent hits off top. I'll keep. Maybe I actually want to go Temple first. Get a Ragavan. Looking like a Ragavan. It's a Ragavan. Yep. Show me Dismember. because Ragavan can very much run away with the game. Dismembering a Ragavan's well worth it. Draw. TKS. Temple. Map. Pass. And pass. Ragavan hit. 2. 18. What do you grab? Talisman. That's rude. Actually, they could hold up Consign with Curiosity too. That's even worse. Temple Garden Shock. 15. Play the Talisman. Hold up. Yep. And hold up Consign. That's brutal. Weird Tear? Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm much more worried about a Consign of Memory by comparison. In that case, let's play TKS. Always yield. Let's take a look. There's Consign, Stubborn Denial. I want to get rid of the Consign first off and foremost. We can have a blocker, and we can play a Myca Spawn next turn. And try and ramp in this Flooded Strand. Draw 1 unknown, Sire 7 deaths. So in that case, Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. So in Myco Spawn, cast no kicker, unfortunately. Always yield. We could attempt to play the Talisman of Impulse to eat through the Stubborn Denial, but that's not worth it. So in that case, we'll just go with Eldrazi Temple. And go to combat. Swing for 4. Fetch Flooded Strand. Surveil. Card to yard. And down to 10. Alright. And opponent just scoops it up. Alright, I'll take it. Solid win against Zoo. We'll be back for match number 7. Alright, and we're back for match number 7. I'm going to play for game 1. I will keep. This is Tron on 3. We'll reveal Devourer. Opponent goes to 6. Let's see if we can make top 16, eh? Reveal, trigger. I suppose Cavernous Souls makes the most sense, though we could also go for a second expedition map in the off chance we're playing against a counter deck. So I think second map might be the safe option. Alright, no need for a second map. Wooded Foothills, passing. There's a tower, and hold. Fetch with Wooded Foothills. So next turn we have Devour. Looks like it is Zoo again. Would be my guess. Wooded Foothills, pause on end step, and crack the map. Fetch for a power plant. And draw KGC. I have a few thoughts here. Play Talisman of Resilience. Play map. Hold command. Alright, so I am confirming here that this is Zoo. Binding to yard. Let's hold the map. No reason to crack it. We can play around Beseiju this way. I'm refusing to play anything, though, and that's strange. So I'm going to force them. Alright. Weird. So maybe they just didn't have any playables. So Leveler, Titan, and might cut Karn again and run it back. Yeah, really confused there. Like, I was expecting Binding or something there, hence why I didn't want to just play Karn blindly. We'll bring in Consign to Memory, of course. 8 hits off the top here for Natural Tron. I'll keep. And Wooded Foothills. Do we see a Ragavan? Yep, there's Rog. Or Bolt. Ragavan. Okay. Draw. Tower. I'm tempted to go E-Temp here. We have 7 hits for Soul Lands versus... We're definitely not getting a Tron. I guess Tron on 3 would be 4 hits at this point, so in that case, E-Temp, pass, and hold on the off chance it's relevant. Ragavan hit. And Mycospawn. Would've liked that, admittedly. Black, black, Sign of Draco. This means that Ragavan now has Hexproof. That's pretty annoying, actually. Draw. There's another power plant, unfortunate. We can ramp, scry draw, or just play the Talisman now. I'll just play the Talisman now, and then pass. See if they want to counter it, for whatever reason. Yep, that's fine by me. 2 in hand, we'll take 6, then the 12. Thundering Falls, Surveil trigger. You can play TKS as a blocker for the Ragavan next turn. Bolt to Yard, interesting. 2 in hand, down to 12. What do you think? Ugin's Lab, I would have liked the lab. Draw, E-Temp. I'll play the tower here. And let's see if TKS resolves. Do you have another Consign? Arid Mesa fetch. Why fetch the Arid Mesa? Surveil trigger. Kavu to Yard. And Consign. Alright, we'll pass and pass. So what's my out here? We're gonna take 6 down to 6. I need a mine, I think, for Ugin into command. So Ugin, exile, Leyline, the Guild Pact. Leveler. Leveler would have been nice if we had the mana, but we don't. 2 in hand, E-Temp. So we're not dead. We'll play the E-Temp. And I will pass. Again, combat, cast K command. And you have another Consign. Or even a Stubborn Denial. I guess I should have played on upkeep, honestly. Resolves, Power Plant, bottom. Mycospawn, bottom. Ugin, bottom, Dust, top. Draw, pass. We have to block. Ragavan, Ragavan. 4 down to 2. Flage Bolt and whatchamacallit. Flage Bolt and Tribal Flames kill me here. End step, draw another Talisman. Play Eldrazi Temple. Play... I mean, at the end of the day, if any of this gets countered, I just lose. So let's go Talisman of Resilience. And All is Dust. Alright, and we'll pass in full. Fetch. Try untapped, pass. Again, Bolt, Flage, and Tribal Flames all kill me. Kavu, okay. Draw, map. So we can... they counter map. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6. Okay, so yeah, we can do that. So in that case, Expedition map. And then fetch. For mine. Play mine. Ugin. Attempts to exile. Yield. Trigger resolves. Ugin plus. Draw a card. TKS. TKS. Trigger. No targets. Always yield. Again, we died to a Tribal Flames here, which is the major downside. Leyline Binding, not ideal, but not the end of the world. TKS takes the... Why didn't you Stump or Denial it? Oh, because it doesn't have blue. Yeah, Kavu down. And pass. Still dead on board to Tribal Flames. Draw. Map. So in that case, I can cast Map. Crack Map. Beseiju Winders. Beseiju Leyline Binding. So we know we have Stubborn Denial in hand and one unknown. Play Tower plus Ugin to 7. We're out of range of a few things. I mean, I think I still play the map here, right? The question is whether or not I attack. I think I still attack. We'll play the map. Trigger Ugin. And go to combat. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to attack. I think we don't win just by beating them in the face right now. Light the Ugin. Pause on end step. Fetch with map. I'll grab the Cavernous Souls. That way the body can resolve at the very least. Draw. Talisman of Impulse. Not doing much here. So in that case, I'll just play the Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. And I'll pass in full. No attacks. Bolt. Okay, so now we're in range of Tribal Flames. Draw. Seriously. Play Power Plant. Pass. And pass. Draw. Killing me here, bud. Talisman, pass. No attacks. Pass. Arid Mesa. Paying cost 4. Leyline the Guild Pact, okay. Draw. Titan. Alright. Tis a Sundering Titan. Do you have a consigned to memory? ETB trigger. So we can actually clear all 5 because of the Leyline of the Guild Pact. Nah, I feel comfortable hitting face. And pass. Arid Mesa. Draw. Dude. Attack for 7. Still dead to Tribal Flames. Draw. Attack with Sundering Titan. Pass. Draw. What is happening? Attack. Lethal's on board. Pass. I'm gonna die to a Tribal Flames right now, I swear to God. Sign of Draco. Draw. Seriously. If I had attacked with the TKS last turn, then they would have been forced to block the Sundering Titan. Oh, if I attacked with TKS at any point in time, I would have been forced to block the Sign of Drac, or they would have been forced to block the Sundering Titan. Right now or not. If I attack with the TKS, it has first strike because of Leyline of the Guild Pact. You gotta be joking me. Yeah, that, they got it. Okay, concede. Like, I just wanted to try and preserve my life total, because if I don't, then a bolt gets me if they haste something in. Like, at any point in time, a hasted in Kavu would have gotten me. Brutal. We run it back as is. Yeah. I guess they couldn't have hasted in Kavu last turn, because it would end up with double red. So maybe attacking in, but then they could have, I guess, hasted in a Ragavan Bolt. Yeah. I don't know. Probably should have focused on the win rather than trying to preserve my life total. I'll keep 8 hits off the top. Otherwise, we're angling for Myco spawn. We can always cycle the K command if needed. Oh boy. But also the fact that we drew into so many bricks, just so many, basically more or less, when you run out of gas and you're top decking, this deck is just a coin flip. You your mana sources? Are you drawn to gas? You're just drawn to so many lands and mana sources. Arid Mesa Fetch. Steam Vent Shock for Ragavan. Yep. I like a E-Temp here, or Dismember map. So in that case, play Tower, play Talisman, play map, and pass, and pass. Ragavan hits, down to 18. I mean, if they leyline binding the map, I'm not horribly upset about this. Clarion Conqueror. That fucking sucks. Land? Shit. That actually is really rough. Cycle? Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that might just be the end of this match. Five down to 13. Ragavan hits the power plant. Cavern of Souls. I mean, I would have wanted the land, yes, but it wouldn't be actually as great as I wish it could be. What do I need right now? I don't even know. I mean, the Cavern of Souls would have helped. Soul Land would be good here. 8 hits. That works. That 1000% works. They don't have access to Consign, so we can actually ramp and exile the Clarion Conqueror. I guess I don't need the full suite, because we're going to go 5, then we have 6, so yeah, we'll just ramp exile, exile. And done. Conqueror down. Nope, you don't have blue. Your treasure's also locked under Conqueror. That is the beauty of that. It is symmetrical. Imagine if Clarion Conqueror is asymmetrical. I mean, Karn is, so I know. But like, that would be insane. I actually have some reservations of going full send here. Instead, I'm actually going to go half send with blockers. Because we know they have the consign. They showed their hand. This way, they can either counter the trigger, counter the body. If they counter the body and give me the trigger, that's fine too. We have a leveler for next turn. Consign. I guess they give me both. That's fine. Yep, that is fine by me. Pass in full. We'll block with the spawns, then crack the map. Though I actually might crack, or might hit for a Boseiju. Maybe. Not dead yet. But we definitely are blocking. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. We already have 8. Pitching a card. I think Boseiju's the right hit here. Because we go for Boseiju, it saves us from a number of things. Go to blocks, block, and block. And let's go Boseiju, question mark. There's also a genuine concern for something like a Charmaw. So I wonder if maybe going for a tower here is right. I mean, they'll just end up, or sorry, not a tower, but a temple. Any land will do because then we can Myco spawn. So in that case, I mean, the worst case scenario by and large is a Blood Moon, which I don't think they play, but it might be safe to just go for Boseiju here. Pass in full. Paying cost for Flooded Strand, fetch, 13. Triumph. Draco. Leaving up the Leyline or Temple Garden. Oh, that's interesting. So they clearly are showing that they have a Leyline binding. The thing is, they have lethal on board as it stands. No, they're one short of lethal. We can pop the Sign of Draco, the Cityscape Leveler. They'll then eat the Leveler off of binding. I can also play Mycospawn. It's a -1. It would not allow me to play Leveler or Titan, though. I can play Karn and go for Bridge. That's not good enough either. Well, actually, Karn for Bridge. No, I wouldn't have enough for the Boseiju after. So I think the best bet here... Well, actually, if I play the Boseiju, play the Mycospawn, and then the Leveler. What's my sideboard? I definitely pulled the Haywire Mite. Huh. Like, cleanest thing is probably going... If you play Boseiju, 2, 4, 5, 8. Actually, popping their lands kills the Kavu. Okay, actually, I like that a lot. Okay, I have an idea. So, play the Boseiju. Play the Mycospawn, not kicked. That leaves back 5. You do not have access to Consign. You instead have access to your Leyline Binding. We'll grab Tower. This way we have a blocker for Ragavan. Sundering Titan. So even if you Binding here, I don't care. Your Kavu's gone. I have a blocker for Ragavan. I'll take 4 off Scion, go down to 8. We'll be left with no lands. There's the Binding. Yeah, you are 1000% left with no lands. Always yield. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Done. And done. So Kavu down. We'll pass. Again, we have a blocker for Ragavan. Next turn we can pop the Binding. Kill their next land. I guess not. So I'll take the 4. Do we even need to pop the Binding then? Probably not. Play the Talisman. Any reason not to? It's a -1. How much mana do we have? 8, 10, 12. So we can play the Leveler plus Karn. So, yeah, Leveler plus Karn. Leveler, pop the Sign of Draco. Always yield. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. Good friggin' stuff. Yeah, I'm really glad I realized that if we just blow it up all their lands with the Sundering Titan, the Kavu would go down. So having a blocker for the Ragavan and eating the Kavu was good enough. Solid game. Solid match. So that there will be the end of today's challenge at a 5-2 record at the end of 7. So pretty good overall. This should lock me in for top 16, but very unlikely that we make top 8. There's like a snowball's chance in hell, which is a non-zero. So we'll stick around just in case. So I'll be back for either the wrap-up or the quarterfinals of the top 8. Be back shortly. Alright, and we're back for the wrap-up. Like I thought, I was unable to make it for top 8, but we were solidly in top 12, or rather top 16. We got 12th place, which is not bad in the slightest. Tiebreakers weren't bad. They weren't great either. Ended up with a 51.7 OMW. So kind of middle of the pack of the 5-2s. Our only loss in the top 8 here was the House of Mana, which that was just a rough match, but it is what it is. That's Titan for you. I imagine House very well could take it all here now that they're in top 8. But overall, solid showing for Mono Green Eldrazi Tron. It felt good. Obviously, like against Energy, the Molten Rains were brutal. No surprise there, whether it's Eldrazi Tron or Eldrazi Ramp, it can be pretty hard to come back from that. But otherwise, I mean, our only losses were against Energy, basically because Molten Rain, and then Titan because Titan. But otherwise, solid wins across the board. So pretty happy with those results. With that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback would be much appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me and with my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At which point, I'll be able to start monetizing these videos, allowing me to save up towards a stream PC so I can stream live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over my Patreon, where you get early access to my YouTube videos. But with that being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!